Hey guys, welcome to another year. Welcome to a brand new start and welcome to Ignition Youth at Mnandi Methodist Church. And I'm super excited to kick this year off. For those that don't know me, my name is Damien Liversedge and I am the youth leader here at Mnandi Methodist Church. And today we are starting a brand new series. We are going to be looking at this for the next couple of weeks. And I felt, it's time to do something different, but also time to also more equip you, as we don't have that much contact with you currently. So we're starting it off with a bit of a different feel that we normally do. Normally we have a bit of a icebreaker, a few games, but unfortunately we can't do that at the moment. But hopefully and prayerfully we'll get there one day soon. But today let us look at our first verse, and it comes from Song of Songs, and it says here, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is more delightful than wine." Okay, so now you might be thinking, hey Damien, where are you going with this? Well, our topic, or our series should I say, is God, love, and sex. Yes, I did say that S word. I know it's not the greatest. I know you don't want to hear me talk about it, but it is important to know all about it. But I need to specify. This does not mean that you must go out and have it. No, because we are going to see what is the real reason God created sex and why God created love and how this all intertwines and comes together at the end of the day. All right. Now, most of you know my standpoint on this, and I still stand by it. No sex before marriage. Cool? Awesome. All right, so let us go a bit further. Okay, so what are we looking at today? Today we are looking at faithful attraction. Not physical attraction, but faithful attraction. So often we look at so many things when we're looking for a boyfriend or even a girlfriend. And especially if you may be out of school watching this, a husband or a wife, it still remains the same. And I myself have gone through quite a bit of this, where it's like, do I look at the looks or do I look at something else? Okay, so even I as a leader need to understand what is faithful attraction. And when I look at it, I understand what it means when I got a lot older, and it wasn't all about, man, who is the hottest guy or girl out there. It's now about, okay, you know what? Who fits with me? Do they fit with maybe my faith, maybe my personality? Do we connect well? There are so many other things other than just the looks. But here's the first one. The first one is they recognize godly character. Now it says here in Proverbs 12 verse 4, and gents, this is for you. It says here, a wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like a decay in his bones. So what does that mean? So quite simply is, when you find a wife, it should be a good thing. All right, it's not someone that's going to make your life absolutely miserable. That's what like some of the movies portray, where a guy's like, oh, I don't want to do it. Like, for example, Jeff Dunham's puppet Walter, he's always complaining about marriage, even though he loves his wife, but he's complaining about marriage. That is not what a wife is. A wife is someone that really pushes you to your potential, and also your wife is also someone that really does care about your well-being. And that is what this verse is saying. Look for someone that is good, not someone that is toxic. Okay, so ladies, there's another verse for you, and it comes from Songs 1 verse 3, and it's the next verse of our main verse, and it says here, pleasing is the fragrance of your perfumes. Your name is like perfume poured out. And it says here, no wonder other maidens love you. But I'm not going to look at the maidens, okay? If you look at it, ladies, when you are looking for a man, you need to look for a man that says, okay, this is basically describing a husband, all right? So basically it's saying that, you know what, your name is like perfume. So in other words, people, when they hear your name and someone speaks about a gent, okay, normally you're going to hear one of two things, bad things or good things. Very simple, right? Okay, so that is basically what we are looking at, is the bad or the good things. So we're looking for the good things that are coming out. Okay, what are the bad things? Okay, it's not bad. Everyone's got that problem. Yeah, it's that type of thing, but you need to weigh up your options. That is basically like with a gent looking for a wife. Same thing. Aha! So the next one we're looking at is they built a godly trust. Okay, in this world, trust is so important. Like, for example, if I have to ask you, hey, do you trust me? Your answer should be one of two, yes or no. Okay, hey, do you trust this person? Do you trust Jessica Alba or Channing Tatum? Okay, and the first thing you'll go, oh yes, Damien, they're awesome. But do you really trust them? Do you trust them with all your heart, the way you trust God? I personally went through a thing where I thought God wasn't there when it came to my relationships. It felt like, God isn't speaking to me when it comes to thing. It felt like I needed to be single for my whole life. That's literally how it felt. But I learned, and funny enough, over the last year, when obviously everything just went on to lockdown and we couldn't really go and see friends and family and or go and meet people or do the things that we love to do outside of home. And it taught me something. It taught me this, guys, is even though you're single, it's not a punishment from God. It is not a punishment from God. Sometimes being single is a phase we need to go through in order to be all right for your future partner. Okay, no matter what you've done in the past, God still loves you. God is there for you, and He will always be there when you need Him. Okay, but here's the thing. The third one is they've practiced a godly standard. So remember when I speak about your values, I always speak about life values when we're in a session, our life values, our morals, our beliefs, all that sort of stuff. And I'm not talking religious beliefs. I'm talking about beliefs as a whole. Okay. But it says here, okay, now here's a nice little verse. If you want to write it down, it says here, tell me, you whom I love, where you graze your flock and where you rest your sheep at midday. Why should I be like a veiled woman beside the flocks of your friends? And that comes from Songs 1 verse 4. Now, we need to understand that when we set godly standards, it mustn't be like, my wife stays there and I'm chilling with my friends. That saying, I need to have my guys' night. By all means, have your guys' night, but make sure that you understand that your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband is important. That is what this is saying, is don't say, okay, you are only good when I'm at home, but when I go out, I don't want you around. No, it's not like that. All right. So, but this is what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't sacrifice your relationship for God. Let me repeat that. Sacrifice your relationship with God for somebody else. Okay. That's what I'm saying. is do not do that. Okay. Also, don't compromise God's standards. Sometimes God's got certain standards that we need to uphold. Sometimes, but we all know we do fall short of those standards, but it's up to His grace and mercy that we can still be with Him. We need to just, say, God, you know what? I messed up. I couldn't do it. I couldn't reach that target. I missed the target. We all do it. Sometimes we do some really stupid things and we regret it. And sometimes we do things that we're like, man, I don't know what I did. It happens, guys. And then the last one is play house. I wonder what that means. In other words, going for some nookie when you're not supposed to have it. No. Okay, so guys, that's the whole thing, is we shouldn't be going to look for our lust. That's the thing. Sometimes lust does get in our heads and it's hard to get out of it, but we need to say, you know what? Let me focus on God instead. That's what we need to do. Focus on God. Don't focus on sex just yet. Okay. But here's the awesome thing. Okay. Gents, when you do all this, and ladies, when you do this, number one, your partner will feel secure. They will feel they'll feel like, this is safe. Okay. They will feel special, which is a great thing. They'll feel special, like, man, I feel like I'm the only one in the world for that person, or he, or whoever. But here's the thing, guys, is, gents, you need to understand that when you go through certain things, you need to be able to be a pastor or a provider or a protector. But I'm not saying you have to physically do that, but God will prepare you for that. So in other words, one day when you have that job, okay, you are her provider. Okay, but things have changed as well. Sometimes it's both sides that are doing it. But you guys need to be able to basically console one another, to be able to be, teachers. So obviously they say the man is the head of the house, but you know what? The lady is also the teacher. So don't worry about titles and, who's the head of the house. But just remember that as a guy, you need to lead by example. Joshua says, for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Okay, that means he is representing, he is standing up as a guy. If you watch Courageous, it's all about how men of God need to stand up. And if you're a gent, that's how you must portray. Stand up and go forward. Okay. Now, if you're single, okay, I want you to ask your questions. Some of this is, yes, it's based on, if you're in a relationship. But if you are single, don't worry. Here's something for you. Okay. It says here, strengthen me with raisins, refresh me with apples, for I'm faint with love. His left arm under my head and his right arm embraces me. I think God is basically giving you a hug. Okay? God is there. God is saying, I'm here. But if you are single, this is some questions I would like you to reflect on, is what are some of God's standards you will implement in preparation for marriage? So in other words, what are some of the ways that you think God is preparing you for marriage or a relationship? Okay. Also, go and find out or write down, what are your insecurities? For me, I'll be honest, I feel that I'm too fat sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I'm overweight. And how do I change that? I need to know that I am fearfully and wonderfully made by God. Okay? Whether I'm fat, whether I'm thin, God still loves me the way I am. But I choose to go forward and look after the temple. Okay? I believe my body is a temple for the Holy Spirit. All right. Okay. So, and if you're in a relationship, ask what is some of your biggest insecurities. Okay. As a couple. And then another one is, how can you encourage each other? That's the one thing, is how can you encourage one another? So guys, if you look at it as a whole, we need to start understanding that relationship starts with being faithful and being faithfully attracted to one another, and not sexually or any physical form. It has to be with the walk they have with God. I was there, and I can tell you it's not a good thing when you look for the outer appearance, oh my word, she is gorgeous. No, it's not supposed to. She has to be beautiful on the inside before you can look on the outside. That is the thing. Look for the beauty inside a person. And that, my friends, is how we can become faithfully attracted to somebody. So guys, I really hope that this next month when school starts, whether you're doing online school, whether you're doing in-person school, that you will start off on a good year so that you guys can go forward. Remember, God is always there. You just need to ask Him for that help. And I hope you have a great Sunday. And I pray that you and your family will be blessed. And let's hope we can see each other soon. Have a great day.